back to another blind contour drawing video where we're using a Papermate Ink Joy 100 1.0 M purple or whatever. Hopefully it does not die, because in the last video the orange pen died. Rest in peace, orange pen, which I had since like 2016 17. So, you know, showing how much I used it. But we're going to be doing a tree, obviously. Let me make sure the pen is working first. Okay, so I'm gonna be doing a tree, and the object of doing these are to slow your eyes down so that you are essentially using your eyes and your hands to feel over the surface of the object. And yeah, it's very difficult to do that, to like slow it down, you know. So with this specific tree, one of the problems is that like I can see it, but there's like a bunch of like little branches, and they are causing a great deal of problems. You know, like this is probably not the best to do, but it is too late. We are already here. There's just so many little branches. Like, is a better candidate for what do you call it? Painting or something, versus a blank contour drawing, because it's a bit overwhelming. Like, there's literally just so many pieces. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get them all. And then someone's gonna be like, well, you must have really good vision if you can pick out the pieces from that far away. Honestly, I think this tree is one of the reasons why you wouldn't use a tree, I guess, because there's so many little pieces, like so many little branches and like stubs, and they are you know, obviously causing me to go off the page. I'm just not gonna look. I'm gonna feel the page as well as I'm feeling the tree itself. And yeah. So a few videos ago, obviously that's for like, so the videos are made, and like a lot of videos are made in one day. Like 3 videos are made a day if I do these, and they don't all come out at once. They come out over time. And the main other like thing that I don't want to keep like, you know, reiterating, I guess, is certain stuff happens in between that, so it's hard to put that into some of the videos. But the video was supposed to come out, or that I was supposed to like edit yesterday, which would be essentially 5 videos, or 2 videos before this one, they got corrupted, and it is very annoying because now I have to do voiceover and more editing work, and a lot of the video is like not where it's supposed to be. So, you know, luckily I have pictures, so I guess I can just put the picture in the video, and they'll just kind of end, you know, semi-abruptly, unfortunately. But it's unfortunate because I really like those videos. I really liked what I said in those videos. I really can't reiterate a lot of that stuff. The silly part was that the recovered the audio and stuff perfect, but the videos are just screwed so much to the point where they're not in sync with the audio anymore, because the audio is not real, or the video is not real. Like, it's like it hitches up at certain spots and there's just nothing there, so it just sucks. Like, it's weird to me what got deleted from the videos, or what is corrupted in the video and what is not corrupted. You know, like the way that the computer brain decided that, you know, this is what we could get, what we can get. Like, the fact that it got more information at the end than it did at the beginning is very strange. And yeah, it's just a weird thing, in my opinion. And I think we are essentially done. Wow, that's not that bad. Like, obviously you'll see the thing in the image, but that's not that bad for kind of taking my time and staying on the page. Really not that bad. We got a pretty good imitation of the tree from the blind contour. To me, that one being the hardest one is I think it kind of helped that was so hard, and the fact that I was able to bring the line back to pretty much exactly where the other line started is you know, that's progress, right? That's you did something, you was able to like make it somewhere. But there's just a lot of like pieces to this tree, and when you see the photo of it, you will understand what I mean. But you know, I was thinking about doing the two drawings. You know, we do one blind and then we just do one where we look and draw. But the problem is that we are essentially pretty much on the last like 2 pages, so I don't think that would be a wise thing to do currently, because it would kill the book. And I guess, you know, tomorrow would be the finale for this book, and then we move on to a new sketchbook, and I need to get more because we will start running out of them soon. So we will get to the coloring part of this. Did I take a picture? I forget. But we will get to the coloring part of this, and I honestly don't know where to start. So I looked at an old image that I drew, and I used the green as light, and I used the blue as shadow. And this blue kind of, I mean, this green kind of looks a little bit blue, like it's really cheap, so it kind of looks like a blue. At least to me, it kind of looks kind of bluish, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't look like very green. It looks more like, I guess, turquoise or like teal. But we will make it into a light signifier, and yeah. So I was going over some old drawings, looking at what I could salvage from my practice, because I have practice and I date my stuff, so I know when I did it. And sometimes I'll see like an old practice and be like, oh, I did that in like 2024. Like, I was drawing like that. I was like, bro, like, ain't no way ain't no way I was drawing that good back then. But sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it's like, oh, for like a month I can draw really well, and then after that month it goes right back down. It's like something mental is taking place. You know, I believe that drawing is mental. I think that like most things are like 90% mental and like 10% other. Because if you have like a good mental, like, you could pretty much do anything, right? At least that's what I think. I think that if you have a good mental, you can pretty much do anything that you want. And I genuinely believe that. You know, if your mental is like 10 out of 10, you will be able to create anything that you put your mind to. Even if it's bad, it'll probably come out pretty good because you're able to do that. But it's hard when your mental is shot. You know, when you have a shot mental, I don't think that you're gonna be able to do much. You know, your mental is fried, your mental is cooked. You are essentially dust in the wind. You know, you gotta figure out how to improve it. Improve your mental, and you will be able to do anything that you want. But that is a rare occurrence. The mental improver. You know, improving your mental is a rare moment that most people can achieve. You know, I'm not of the mindset that you can't achieve it. Question is, do you want to? Some people take a refuge in having a bad mental and think that, you know, oh, my mental is bad, so it makes me more interesting or something. It's like, bro, having a bad mental is not a good personality. You know, it makes people not want to be around you. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. You create a zone, you create a quarantine zone where people don't want to be around you because they don't want to deal with that. And then you end up by yourself. And that's, you know, self-fulfilling prophecy. That's why you don't do that. You try your best to have a decent mental. And if you make the choice that you don't want to be around people, then, you know, that's your decision. But you can't push everybody away because you want to, you know, be this dark, brooding figure that is not even, like, logical, because you can't even cook for yourself. You can't even cook for yourself, and you want to be dark and brooding. Like what? Like, do you know how stupid that sounds? You can't even cook, and you want to be dark and brooding. You can't change the tire on a car, and you want to be dark and brooding. But just, like, how are you gonna be? You can't, if you're not even self-sufficient. Like, what are you dark and brooding for? But, you know, in some cases I understand. For the most part, you just gotta be chill, man. Be chill. Be chill. Don't be dark and brooding. Let's get an overview really quick, and then background time. You know what to do. Just, I think, like, a little bit of yellow in the center, and then, or like yellow around it, and then like another color on the outside. Yellow in all the gaps and around it, and then like blue on the other side. Oh boy. Well, hopefully today we don't delete the video. We have a lot of work to do when we get back to the lair, and yeah, we got a lot of things to do. We have pre-planning to do and a bunch of other stuff, and we did get some stuff done today. Like, we got to test out how the binder feels in the bag. It's not really a big difference, or any difference at all, to be honest. And yeah, I don't know. Alright, let's just get this green on there. Maybe I should have photographed that before I started applying this, but you know, it's not really that big of a deal. You know, we have the photograph in our mind. We have the photograph in our head. The night sky, the camera's in my head. You know, the night sky, the night cinema, and the cameras in my head, I'm gonna tell you, don't be too hard on yourself. Just do your best. The other day I was looking at something, and it was tracing, which in modern times, would people prefer you to trace? Probably, but that the individual that was tracing, what they ended up going to go do now. They are slop generators, and it's a little bit funny how that happens. There's always like, oh yeah, like we can use it as a tool to learn. It's like, yes, but like the problem is that things that are given to people who have bad intentions will never be used for that expressed intent. They will always be used as deception and misleading in order to appropriate, the commodification of what they consider the action of art to be, which is not expression but money. And if they think that this is a financial refuge, they're going to treat it like one. Like the guy who may work at I don't know, like a fast food place. Like, you think that he's like wearing John McFast food on his back, and he thinks that that place is gonna be his savior, and he's gonna be able to retire or buy a house there? No, bro. He doesn't think that at all. And the thing is that it's just a place for him to get money, and that's what he treats it as. Like, it's not part of his identity. It's not who he is. It starts to become a part of who they are, but in a different way, in a bad way, because they become resentful and unhopeful. But outside of that, there's a meaningful extension for where they become like disruptive internally because of this symptom that they develop being in that specific spot. And when somebody treats a creative passion like that, or a creative hobby in that way, it becomes a nuclear explosion that destroys any enjoyment that thing could have. Like, there could be some enjoyment that person could have gotten from making art or doing art, but they never will, because they don't see it that way. They see it as a means to get something else. And when you see it that way, it is no longer art. It is it might as well be, manufacturing freaking metal pipes to you might be manufacturing metal pipes to do to commit burglaries. Like, but even that is, like, I guess would be considered like an art. What they're doing is not any form of an art at all. It's, I guess, like con artists, if that's what you want to call it. But it's primarily funny, But I love to see people out there learning art, the learners, and people out there doing art. And yeah, we've got a bunch of people out there grinding still, but we do have a few jackasses who are taking advantage of bad behavior items in order to lessen the value of the general art space in its entirety by turning it into a commodified slop pool of worthless drivel that Gen Pop does enjoy, because the value of what people consider to be art generally is in the basis of what you think they like. And the easiest way to, like, impress somebody with art, if you're like a party clown artist, or like a party favor artist, not a party clown artist, a party favor artist, or a party trick artist, is to be able to draw them one-to-one at any given time, or be able to draw anything one to one like a human printer, because people consider that to be, you know, that's a talent, that's a skill. In reality, it is, but it's not the most expressive means of doing something. It is just like something that you kind of learned how to do to govern or to garner the general, like, how do you say this? To garner the respect and admiration of others, to value your work for the commodification that you're trying to display by showing them, oh look, I can do this. Because that's not really, you're not really creating anything new, you're not bringing anything new into the world at that way. And I'm not saying that they're not valuable and what they do is not important. I'm saying that what is going on with that is a different form of art that is more so predicated on the fact of what people determine to be valuable, and that that parallel of what art is not how you should determine your worth as an artist, because you are not a printer, you are not an inkjet, you are not a you know, one-to-one copying machine. You are a human being. Copying has its strengths and copying has its weaknesses, but I think that overall the reason why people treat art as a commodity is because what they value from it is not the art. They want to be a camera. They want a camera. So the guys who used to trace or lie or cheat are now using the slot machine. And why do you think that is? Why do you think they are making fake speed paints and doing all of this goofy deception tactics? Why do you think they are going out of their way to misguide people instead of just saying, hey, I did this with this, or hey, I used this to make that? Because they know that there is no value in what they do, and they want to mask that by deceiving you so that they can garner value and admiration from you by doing something that is you know, immoral, you know. But that's enough of that rant for now. I will see you again soon. Here's you know, final piece. We went kind of crazy, and see you in the next one. If you made it this far into the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.